Welcome guys, we're here tonight at VGArcade Arcade. We have another Halo 5 show match tonight for you guys. It's between Anixia Halo and HoW Gaming. HoW Gaming I guess it's called, but anyway, I'm here co-casting alongside JV.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good, man. Kinda tired. Pretty tired.
Dude, don't even get me started, man. You know when I went to bed yesterday? 4 in the morning. I spent the weekend in Columbus, Ohio for Shuffle, a really big Smash Brothers tournament. Great times. But I'm on 2 hours of sleep right now, bro. Touchdown earlier in DFW, but I'm glad I made it in time to catch some great Halo 5 action. Again, Anixia Halo versus HoW Gaming. Tonight's going to be pretty standard. We're going to start off with CTF on Truth, I believe, for map number 1. And that's definitely going to be a lot of fun to watch. Again, you know, with a game type, especially like CTF, it's going to be all about taking control of those optimal spawn points, giving your opponents those suboptimal spawns, and then pushing in and being able to hold on to those spawn points as anchors so that you can easily have some great flag routes available to you.
Yeah, but we're going to hop right into game number 1, CTF on Truth here at the VGArcade Arcade. Now, we have had HoW Gaming on the show matches before, but they were under a different team name. You will see Captain, Takedown, which we can start right on board with him. He's actually been a captain on, I think it was like Primal Gaming, something like that. I'm not necessarily too sure about his teams, but Switch It Up is also another really familiar play we've had on the show match before, but he automatically gets a
wow. How did he actually walk away with that? Truth be told, I thought that he was completely done. Actually turns around and gets the second kill as well. He has the flag out, but instead I guess he's waiting in that area to make it so that the blue team can't have those easy spawns. He's already done his job. He's pulled out the flag, and now he's just laying waste to this team.
Yeah, already on a 4-kill streak already. Sees a 5th player in his sights. He gets all 5. Finally gets taken down there by Slegs, I guess his name is. But let's hop over here with Apache HCS while he's on Blue Sneaky. Just kind of getting map control for his teams. Just kind of watching around, just trying to get easy picks that he sees for his players. He does spot 1 in top mid.
Yeah, and Apache did a really good job along with the Blue Squadron kind of fending off the potential push in towards the flag, because that definitely could have been curtains. I'm honestly surprised that we didn't see more aggression out of the red team, but maybe some of that aggression is coming up now. Apache is going to be taking 1 out, but is going to be taken down in the process as well as we hop on board with Midshot, who's forced to go and retreat, trying to go and patch himself up. We're already seeing some of that, what we were talking about before, the push coming from the red team, but again, the blue team just doing a good job. They haven't really had the best time. They haven't had all the availability to play offense yet, but so far they've done an alright job of just keeping this red team at bay. But as we can see, waves of players coming in, and that wave is going to be more than enough to overwhelm this blue squadron. Take down the team captain, going to go and run this flag, and it looks like this route is actually really clear. We don't see anybody in this red base. He's getting a lot of shots in the back, but it doesn't even matter. You can see the blue team closing in on him. Maybe they can pull the flag at this moment, but regardless, red's going to be coming out on top with the first point in this game.
Yep. We're on board here with Slegs. He's in red window. He does spot 1, and that is going to be top mid. Trying to get the kill on him. That's going to be on Sam, but he does get taken out by Murder Mason himself. So let's see. The flag has been pulled again. Now, who does actually have the flag? It's going to be takedown again with the flag, as he has a clear lane on going up to Red Street, and he actually has support here. So this may be actually a quick 2-point victory, but no. Their flag is down as well. Yeah, and their flag was taken just after Takedown had initially grabbed the flag. So now we have a bit of a stand-up as we go on board with Midshot. He's hoping to go and prevent this flag from being returned, but I don't think he was able to get there in time, and that's going to be another point on the board for HoW Gaming. So HoW now a point away, a single capture away from bringing this one over to map number 2. And we can see Takedown. He's been so aggressive, but the one thing I really like about the way that he's playing this is he's not trying to grab the opposing flag until he knows that the rest of his team has cleared a route for him. That's why we're not seeing that much opposition anytime he grabs the flag and he's trying to run it back to his base. He's just trying to ensure that he can clear off as much. And while he's been the dedicated flag runner for most of this game, this time he's actually going to be changing things up, trying to play a little bit of defense. But seeing as his teammate did fall, it's right back into the hands of the captain. He's going to be flag juggling his way, trying to get this final cap, and indeed he will. What an insanely fast game from HoW Gaming. It felt like right off of the gate, they just had so much aggression. They did a great job of controlling so much of their go-to flag routes that they wanted to keep, and they just left Anixia with just horrendous spawns, forcing them to always play on the back foot. We saw that
that they were able to get their hands on the flag one time, but just, again, being suffocated by the waves of players on the red team really prevented Anixia from doing much of anything in that game.
Yeah, now I've actually heard that Anixia is actually planning to pick up, but on the other hand, that game seemed to be all take down and switch it up. That seemed to be all it was. Takedown had all the flag captures, switch it up, had all basically the cutoffs you want to say, and it just looked like complete dominance coming out from HoW game. They had every single lane cut off, and nothing really Anixia could do about that, it seemed like.
Just dirty.
Yep.
Just plain and simple, it was just dirty. Start to finish.
Yep, but let's see if we can hop in game number 2 here. It's going to be Slayer Coliseum, as it should be. No, they are actually currently just switching lobbies and everything. But guys, we're going to go to a quick commercial break talking about BenQ. Zowie BenQ, brand new brand from BenQ. Switching over to Zowie. Actually seeing some peripherals from them, so you got some mice now and mouse pads. But guys, we got a quick message from BenQ Gaming. Welcome guys, we're back here at VGArcade. We're still waiting on the match to begin, but guys, Zowie BenQ, you can go to BenQ Gaming and check out one of their actual monitors. They have the gaming monitors. You could check out the RL2460HT, which is a monitor choice here at the VGArcade, or the RL2455HM. Basically same brand, just one's made more for RTS and shooters, than one is made for MOBAs and stuff like that. But we're just currently waiting for game number 2 to begin. What do you see that has to be like that Anixia has to change in a Slayer game mode? Take it's gonna be on Coliseum.
I mean, that's just tough to say. Right off the gate, I think they just need to do a better job of shutting down some of those critical targets. Like when I look at the opening seconds of that game, we saw Takedown just come in with the sword, and he just absolutely demolished the entire Anixia squadron single-handedly. Like it wasn't a situation where he was getting some help from his teammates. He was getting those assist kills, anything like that. No, he just came in with the sword, and Anixia choked. They froze, and it might just be some of the nerves getting to them. But either way, they got to step it up huge. And what better time to do so than now? We're going over to Coliseum with Slayer for the second map of this series. We're going to go ahead and hop on board with this Anixia squad. Again, they have a lot to prove, and it looks like they're going to be trying I thought we were maybe going to be seeing them trying to kick the sniper rifle over towards, but instead, again, we see this red squadron. They're running in this format, right? This sort of wave-like format where they're able to just kind of overwhelm key parts of the map, and this is why already off the gate, as we can see, sniper rifle control and rocket control firmly in the hands of red team. The blue team, even though they're at just a 3-kill deficit, make that 4, this game is going to get out of hand very quickly.
Yeah, you are completely correct about that. I switch up just to get 2 big kills. Humble him as he is actually inside the Anixia's base. And when you're Anixia and you're automatically you already lost both power weapons off the get-go, and you're basically losing your whole base now. How does that make you feel as a player? Or do you get nerves? Big Bow Bully finally picks up Switch It Up, as he does have the rocket launcher himself, but Murder Mason still has the sniper though. Yeah,
it's definitely a nerves. It definitely doesn't feel good. You know, you just got sucker punched pretty hard whenever you look at that CTF map, and now to start off this game so horrendously already. The big thing here though is that it's going to be an exercise of mental restraint. I fear more than anything else, or sorry, mental composure rather. Right? You're down, but you're definitely not out. The way that Halo kind of works is, even though you have this kind of lead, if they can turn the tide, right? If they can get control of those power weapons, get some great positioning, and basically do kind of reverse what's been going on, and to kind of give HoW Gaming a taste of their own medicine, then they can very well find this game back in their favor. But HoW Gaming has just not been giving them any resources whatsoever. You can already see some of the red squadron just set up around those power weapons, understanding that they're going to be respawning the next couple of seconds, and they're probably going to be able to, again, maintain weapon control. Takedown right there with the rocket launcher, and he's going to be using those multiple exit options to get out of fire. And now he's starting to make his rush towards this blue base. They have the entire Anixia squadron quartered in there. Takedown, I think he may have gotten some shields off, but he doesn't really get a kill quite yet.
Yeah, but with you being a Anixia Halo, you can't really necessarily turtle in your base like this. And that's really seems like what they're all doing here, and it's giving HoW Gaming the ability to actually check all maps. But just like that, they actually did drop the rocket launchers, so now Anixia Halo has control of the rocket launchers. I'm not too sure who actually picked that up for Anixia, if anybody actually picked it up, but finally Apache finally gets out of the base, pushes over to the red base, but he's immediately met with the beat down from Murder Mason.
And a big reason why they're kind of turtling in their spawn, so to say, is just because they're trapped there. Oh, you can look a lot at the positioning that this red team has taken, and you can really see that they're not being given any optimal spawns whatsoever. They're just kind of forced back into their base. The red squadron has already been off to such a commanding lead, and that lead is only going to continue. But let's see if Midshot can maybe change things. He spots the team captain from afar, but really good. We've seen this a couple times from Takedown. He understands when he needs to go in and when he needs to retreat, and I think that's allowing him to maintain a really high KD, which is so important in this Slayer game type.
Yeah, Murder Mason himself just picked up the rockets, used the last one to kill Midshot, but he has still the sniper rifle control, and he spots his next victim, which is going to be Slags, but sadly enough does not get to kill him, but he does drop it as Apache does take him out. Biobully finally beats down Xbox Live Takedown, but gets taken out by King Pharmacy in the making. As we switch it on to switch it up, did pick up the sniper rifle from his team, spots one on the rocket launcher pad, but just going to play it safe, try to get the easy pick on him, but actually just seemed like he's spamming the sniper rifle there for a second.
You know, he really just wants to keep Midshot kind of pinned in there, and we saw that it worked because his teammate was actually able to get the assist, and now, again, the red squadron in perfect position to retake the rocket as they do so. XBL Takedown, fully loaded rockets, and while the spawns may have been switched, again, we see this blue squadron trapped in the space.
Yes, as in now blue. Xbox Live Takedown does seem like he just shot himself. Apache with the double kill there. Switch on board here. Actually, Apache just get taken out, but we want to switch on board here with King Pharmacy. King Pharmacy is actually getting 2 kills there, and might actually get the 3rd one if he can switch over, but sadly enough, ran out of ammo. So
one thing that I've seen from King Pharmacy is he does a really good job of kind of filling the holes of this team. He'll be the kind of player who will notice that he'll pay really close attention to some of the callouts, and then he'll be able to get those assist KOs, right? Those assist kills, where maybe he's got a couple of opponents in one shot, and he's so good at just picking them up when it comes to either him being the player with the assist or him being the player with the actual kills itself. So, you know, even though he might not be on top of the leaderboards, I really do love the style of play that I'm seeing from him. But let's go ahead and maybe switch things up to switch it up for a second. Who does get control of the rocket? It may just have one bullet, but whenever you have this blue squadron quarantined the way that they are right now, that can mean some massive kills.
yes, as you know, that one kill doesn't necessarily matter a lot, in Slayer himself does spot his victim, and it's going to be on Apache. Gets killed with him, but he actually spots 2 people from Anixia, trying to get shots on Midshot, takes the shield down, but sadly enough, he has the shields low, but Takedown's there to get the shot on Midshot, pick up the kill on him, as he does have one to his left. Pick gets a headshot on Slags, as Takedown gets a headshot on Biobully.
That was just beautiful teamwork from Switch It Up and Takedown. They did a great job, I think, of covering certain angles, and so especially with the initial push, you saw that Switch It Up would be forcing some of the blue team members to retreat, and they just lined up perfectly in the crosshairs of Takedown.
Yeah, and you know, you're talking about teamwork. Switch It Up and Takedown are actually the 2 main people on this roster that have been teaming together for as long as they've been a participant on the show matches. So that chemistry there, I would have to feel like took into play in that account, because of the sole fact of how perfect that was for both of them to get all 4 of those kills, and eventually having the other guy, I don't believe who it was, but actually having to rotate back in order not to get the extra kill out. As we now currently are 43-22, this game is pretty much done in my opinion, as Takedown does get 2 easy shots off, but Apache's there to pick him up. But Slags does have rocket launchers, but actually drops him himself. As I want to switch on board here with Matt. Oh, sorry, switch it up, as he does have the rocket launchers in his control. Spots Biobully, picks him up as well. 1 more bullet left, 46-24.
And actually gets Midshot as well, a double kill for Switch It Up. And it's been Switch It Up and Takedown all game long. Apache may have the sniper rifle, but I'm afraid that it just might be a touch too late. And there's Kid Pharmacy, though. Kind of stranded by himself. Again, a player who I feel does very well whenever he's playing more of a support role. Now kind of by himself and forced to retreat there as Apache is able to go and get a nice headshot. And King Pharmacy in a gunfight right now, and he's indeed going to fall. No support really, as Apache also did have a teammate coming up from behind. So Apache, this is really his last stand of sorts, right? I do think that this game is completely out of reach, in my honest opinion, as Switch It Up gets a perfectly placed grenade to get another one on the board. But, you know, he's by no means, I don't think it's his skill is reflective on how HoW Gaming is playing as a whole, because I look at Apache, just some of the decisions that he makes, and I can see the caliber, like what it takes to be like a really smart and a really good player. But unfortunately, what we didn't see was what was so present in this red team, what was so present in HoW Gaming, and that was simply the teamwork, the team synergy. They were just right there to cover all these multiple angles. There were no avenues of escape whatsoever, and because of that, it's very clear how they were able to go and take that series in such a commanding lead.
Yeah, they, you know, if usually just wanted to make it by one scenario on how Takedown Switch It Up really played that in the blue base. They played it so well. They knew that Switch It Up had no shields. Takedown still came around, got the easy sniper rifle kill. Switch It Up finally rotated back. Takedown had no shields. He got the kill. I forgot what player it was. And then both of them got the headshot on the other player, and then making the fourth player have to rotate back up to the rocket launcher just in case he didn't go down with the 4 kills. And that itself speaks a lot, and just in matter of team synergy of comparing HoW Gaming and Anixia Halo. But going into game number 3, it's going to be Strongholds on Empire. Strongholds being kind of like a domination type game point. How do you feel like that will actually stand in Nixia's? Do you still think that, you know, HoW Gaming will show complete dominance on it?
Yeah,
well?
I do. I really do. Just because, especially with Strongholds, it's so important to take those critical points on the map. And that's something that HoW Gaming has been demonstrating and really flexing their muscles at throughout the series, right? They, for every single game, have been in complete control of either optimal spawns and or the power weapons. Every single game. And so especially whenever you go into a game type where it is 100% about maintaining control of particular areas, man, that's been HoW Gaming's bread and butter for this entire show match.
Yeah, that really has, you know, talking about from Slayer Coliseum, there was never a time that Anixia Halo got the power weapons off the break. It was always HoW Gaming. If the Anixia Halo had it was because they killed a player from HoW Gaming that had it, and they picked it up off of them. Same thing in CTF Truth. You immediately saw a takedown go straight for these the energy sword, and you immediately get 4 kills off the break from it. And then same thing, you didn't really see the plasma caster being used on that map, but I haven't really seen plasma caster be used really at all on True CTF. So going into game number 3, Strongholds Empire, Anixia's last life on this line right now. HoW Gaming up 2-0 in the series. Can HoW Gaming close it out here? We'll find out on the Strongholds Empire. As we want to start on board here, let's start on board with Switch Up, as Switch Up did actually do a lot with the power weapons on the last map. So we'll see what happens from the break.
And a big part of this particular map in regards to Strongholds is going to be control of the pit. Generally speaking, whoever is able to control the pit is the one who's going to be able to control the game as well. And I think that's what we might be seeing from this red squadron. They take control of their initial territory relatively quickly, but now they're trying to figure out ways where they can maybe take control of this part as well. And beautiful. On top of controlling the pit, they're also in control of the overshield right out of the gate. So not necessarily power weapon control, but item control being established very early on in this map.
I have to say, the Anixia just captured the home base. They actually left it alone, and one person from HoW Gaming actually rotated back over there, almost captured it himself, and then made Anixia having to rotate back and say, hey, you know, we're about to go 3 cap down. And do you think it was a mistake from Anixia not capping their base in the beginning? I
mean, the blue base is kind of a give-me, you know, like a gimme. I think that their idea was, let's go in, let's try to just rush pit immediately. But in doing so, I think they may have forgone an opportunity at potentially getting the overshield, because the player with the overshield just came in and cleared the pit in conjunction with one of the other members of HoW Gaming. And, you know, I guess what we're seeing right now in the game is so evident of HoW Gaming's playstyle throughout this entire show match. Total control, getting completely locked down. And Anixia Halo I mean, they're just going to have to go back into the drawing board. I think they're just going to have to rewatch some of the footage and figure out exactly what went wrong and try to pinpoint, to be frank, what went right in this series for them. You know, like I said, there are moments of brilliance from every single player on this squadron. It's just issues, I think, with working as a team overall, which is where they're far outgunned and far outclassed by this HoW Gaming squad.
Well, like I said, Anixia is supposedly you're playing with a pickup fourth. So could that necessarily take into play, or do you think
definitely.
that one player wouldn't make this much of a difference?
I mean, every player makes a difference, right? You need to be able to have that constant synergy, right? You need to be able to understand exactly what your teammate is going for before they actually end up going through with it. You are as strong as your weakest link. You know, that's like a really famous phrase. And maybe the fact that they don't have, you know, an entirely full roster might be actually evident in the lack of synergy that we're seeing, especially in contrast to the synergy that HoW Gaming is putting out. I mean, still, I'm looking at this game, and Anixia is yet to put any points on the map, and truth be told, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a complete shutout for this show match.
Yeah, right now, finally Anixia does get 1 point, or sorry, 1 stronghold back in their favor. They're trying to see capture on the blue base, but takedown's not going to have as he does get the quick kill on him, and right now it's 84-0.
84-0. They got to figure out ways where they can just come in here, take back one of the bases, and then focus really hard on taking back the pit. I think that would be a really good way to do it, because otherwise they're left in a position where if both of the bases are open, then they could potentially be, I guess, like sandwiched between 2 different spawn points, which would be very, very unfortunate if they're trying to hold the pit in that particular way.
Yeah, the one thing I think I've noticed a lot about Anixia is they seem to be playing all individually instead of more so as a team, and that's one thing that HoW Gaming is actually doing instead, is HoW Gaming is actually playing more so towards a team. You know, that if they get low shields, they rotate back, they tell teammate, and the teammate comes in, but on Anixia, they'll just keep going for the gunfight, or they'll dash away. You don't really see that many more people. Just like that, HoW Gaming take it 100-0, complete dominance,
total control. That's really is the narrative for this show match, was total control. That combined with some fantastic team synergy, and it's no surprise that HoW Gaming walks away your champion 3-0 in this show match. But still, really fun overall to watch. HoW Gaming, I know they were on the show before. It's good to see them almost redeem themselves with this. They definitely have improved so much since the last time that we laid eyes on them, and I can't wait to see what they do. For Anixia, again, having like that pickup definitely hurts a bit, but see what you can do, right? Like, see what you can do to go from being more individually driven to being more team and objective oriented, because at the end of the day, that's what's important, especially on game types like this. And just looking at the scoreboard, you can see that they definitely were more individually driven rather than team driven. Well,
you also mentioned this fact here. If you look at the secures, you have basically 11 secures coming out from HoW Gaming, but on Anixia, you only have 1 secure happening. 1 secure. Now, you have the same amount of captures. You actually have more captures on Anixia than what you do on HoW Gaming. That's just because of the sole fact that HoW Gaming kept control the whole game. I don't think they lost pit once, and I don't even think they maybe lost their base once or twice, but it was always the red base or the blue base being transferred over. But like you said, total control coming out from HoW Gaming. You know, congratulations, guys. Y'all been on the show match 4. I don't think y'all definitely have improved on that matter. Anixia, like JV was saying, just look over gameplay, see what y'all did wrong, like see what could be improved upon. Y'all did some great things, but play more so as a team than play more so as individuals. But guys, that's it for us tonight at the VGArcade Arcade. Thank you for tuning in for the show matches. If you want to participate on a Halo 5 show match or even a Black Ops 3 show match, tweet at Versus Gameplay or tweet at me at VGP_Shadow, and we'll be sure to get you on a show match here in the future. We do Mondays is going to be Halo at 7 p.m. Tuesdays are Super Smash Brothers night, presented by Team Overclock here at the Versus Gameplay Arcade. Wednesday is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. Thursday is Street Fighter Casuals. Friday and Saturday are Mortal Kombat X weeklies on Friday. Saturdays are Street Fighter 5 weeklies. And you can gain points for the VG Pro Point rankings, which we just released today. So check and see if you're actually in top 8 of Dallas for Mortal Kombat X or for Street Fighter 5. And then Sundays is our Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 weekly, as well as sport games on Sundays. But guys, it's been great. I'm Shadow.
I'm JV.
And thanks for tuning in. And we're going to go to a quick arcade video.